Democratic gubernatorial candidate Nan Rich, campaigning today in Pinellas County. Thanks for joining.
Pleasure to be here.
How much does it bug you that you've got so many Democrats and pundits, etc., that don't take you especially seriously as a formidable candidate?
You know what? I have a strategy, and my strategy is to work hard, go around the state, build an infrastructure, create a network, and I think when people, the pundits and some of the media turn around, all of a sudden they're going to see that I have quite a nice name recognition around the state.
And obviously all the buzz is Charlie Crisf. People are expecting him to run. You've said it before, but why shouldn't Democrats unite behind a guy who's a proven vote-getter?
Well, because I think Democrats want a true Democrat. That's what I'm hearing around the state. They want someone that has core democratic principles and values. And I think my legislative career, my 12 years in the legislature, and my years as a community activist in this state have shown that I have a tremendous commitment to the core democratic principles of, fairness, equality, taking care of the most vulnerable in our communities. And I think that the voters, the Democratic voters, will have to make that determination. Everybody will have to present their credentials, and the voters will decide which credentials they think reflect the true democratic values. And I'm happy to have that, that race.
And conventional wisdom for at least 10 years or so has been that you need a candidate from I-4. Democrats need a candidate from I-4 to win statewide. You're generally viewed as a liberal Broward County Democrat. What do you say to those people that say we can't have a South Florida liberal?
Well, I say look at the number of voters in South Florida, Palm Beach, Dade, and Broward. Overwhelming numbers of Democrats. Broward County alone has 600,000 registered Democrats. Hillsborough has 300,000. I-4 is very important, but I feel that we need to try something new. We have tried 3 elections in a row. We've had candidates from the I-4 corridor, wonderful candidates, Jim Davis, Bill McBride, and Alex Sink, but we didn't win. So now I think that we need to have someone from South Florida, and I'll work harder than anybody could imagine to get the votes out in South Florida, and then we'll also work to get the votes out in the I-4 corridor. And I think the combination, along with the network I'm creating around the state, will produce the necessary votes to win this election.
Would you like to see Bill Nelson get in this race, like a lot of Democrats are encouraging him?
Listen, I feel this is a democracy, anybody can get into the race, but I find it hard, to believe that Bill Nelson, who just was reelected, has a 6-year contract from the people of Florida to be a United States Senator, and my understanding is probably will have a pretty, high position, leadership position in the next Congress. I find it hard to believe that he will, give that up and come back to, to run. And
would you get out of the race if he got in?
People have asked me that. They asked me about Charlie, about others. I'm not getting out of the race. I made a commitment a year ago to this race. I feel that I am qualified. I have the passion. I have the experience, and I'm going to stay in the race.
Last question. You made a point about the Democrats in the Senate getting on board with the Negron sort of compromise plan to expand health care. You seem to suggest that was a mistake?
Well, I just am trying to find a way of how there could have been a compromise. And I think that if the Democrats truly wanted the Medicaid to be the vehicle for Medicaid expansion. So I think maybe, they gave up a little too early on that, and maybe that never would have worked, but at least it might have caused the Negron plan to look more attractive as the compromise.
It would have been the middle ground between the House position and the Democrats' position.
Correct, and that's where I think that might have been a good strategy.
Okay, thanks a lot, Nan Rich.